So statistics tell us that if a player has played in 15 different teams in 22 professional seasons, either he's very very good at what he does, very in demand, or have stick will travel. So today we're going to talk about the legend of multi Stanley Cup winner Larry Hillman. Now Lawrence Morley Hillman, born February 5th, 1937, is considered one of the best defensive defensemen of his era. Again, he played for 15 different squads, including several in the NHL, over 22 years. Now, Hillman started his career by playing one season for the Windsor Spitfires of the OHL in '53. Now, he split the next season between the Buffalo Bisons of the AHL and the Detroit Red Wings of the NHL. Now, he won his first Stanley Cup championship with Detroit in '55. Now, he became the youngest player at the time to have his name engraved on the Stanley Cup at 18 years, 2 months, and 9 days. Now, as we look at his statistics, he was playing with the Windsor Spitfires, ladies and gentlemen, as a 16-year-old, and he ended up playing in Detroit in the second half of the season as an 18-year-old. But of course, he played 3 games in the playoffs and did deserve the recognition and his name on the cup. Now, this is a record, of course, that cannot be broken, because under the current rules, a player must be 18 years old by September 15th of their birth year or their playing year to be eligible to play in the NHL that season. So if, let's say, Wayne Gretzky was born September 16th, he will have to wait to the next year to play. Now, Hillman left the Red Wings after '57, went to the Bruins. He played 2 full seasons in Boston before he sent to the minor league team, the Reds, for most of 1960. Now, in '61, Hillman went to the soon-to-be dynasty Toronto Maple Leafs in the 1960s, where he continued to bounce from the minor leagues to the NHL and back. Now, he played on 4 Stanley Cup winning teams in Toronto in '62, '63, and '64, and '67. Now, in between those Cup wins, he played parts of 6 seasons with the Rochester Americans and the Springfield Indians. Now, after the '68 season, he signed with the expansion Minnesota North Stars, who later traded Hillman to the Montreal Canadiens, where he won his 6th and final Stanley Cup championship. Now, he's only one of 11 players in Stanley Cup history to win the Cup with 3 or more squads. After Montreal, he played for the Flyers, the Kings, and the Sabres. Now, following the '73 season, Hillman left for the NHL for the WHA. He played 2 seasons for the Crusaders in Cleveland, and his final season was '76, playing for the Winnipeg Jets. Now, Hillman took over as coach of the Jets in '77, winning the AFCO Cup in his rookie year against the Nordiques. And however, he was, in '78. However, he was fired 61 games into the '78-'79 campaign. So, look at the statistics here. Won 2 AFCO Cups in Winnipeg, 1 as a player and 1 as a coach. 6-time Stanley Cup winner, 55 with Detroit, 62, 63, 64, 67 with Toronto, a Calder Cup with Rochester in '65, Stanley Cup in Montreal in '69. Now, he is also the brother of former NHL and WHA defenseman Wayne Hillman and Floyd Hillman, and he's also the uncle of former NHL forward Brian Savage, which we have recounted in a previous podcast. Now, with the Jets in '78, he went 50, 28, and 2, one of the few seasons where a WHA team won 50 games, again, won the AFCO Cup. And in '79, despite the fact the Jets did win the AFCO Cup that year, he was fired before then with a 28, 27, and 6 record. So, but Larry Hillman's statistics ended up very, very defensive defenseman. According to his big statistics, and this may sound completely bizarre, his best season as a player in the NHL was with the Sabres in his last NHL year, when he got 29 points in 78 games, played 6 games in the playoffs, and had 5 goals and 24 assists. He never scored more than 5 goals in a regular NHL season. He did have 12 games with Providence in 12 goals with Providence in 1960. Now, overall NHL statistics: 791 games, 36 goals, 196 assists for 232 points. 2 goals and 9 assists for 11 points in the playoffs. WHA, 6 goals, 49 assists for 55 points in 192 games, and 17, 1, 5, and 6 in the playoffs. Now, he also did coach as assistant coach for the Calgary Cowboys in 77. Sorry, I forgot about that. Now, he was also named the AHL's Eddie Shore Award winner for his great play on defense. Now, what really stands out for me with Hillman, a lot of people were confused when Montreal picked him up for the 69 Cup run, but as it shows, it's better to have a veteran number 5 defenseman than somebody new that's not going to do the job. But those years with Toronto, I mean, he was doing the old Bruce Boudreau. Between 63 and 68, like the main years when he was up and down with Toronto, 62 years up in Toronto, some years he would play 30 games, some years he would play 2 games, sometimes we have a full shift. So he was always dependable in the AHL to keep the team strong in the AHL, like the feeder system, and he could still play in the NHL. But when expansion occurred, that gave him an extra boost because he played with three expansion teams in the first expansion, then Buffalo, and then the WHA expansion. So he was one of the players where it extended his career, a very long career. So Kirkland Lake, Ontario makes some great players, especially the big ones like 6 feet, 180. So anyway, Larry Hillman, congratulations. Like I said, great career and 6 Stanley Cups. And the family strains its neck to read his name so many times because, as you know, if you win 6 cups, there's a lot of rings where your name could be, and he was there a lot. Thanks for listening. Bye.